Hello, be beautiful, and welcome to another episode of Cosplay and Conversation. I'm your host, Vortex. Now, on this episode, I got to interview AJ. Now, AJ started StarSky Comics, and he also created a comic book called Aslan, and he's also an Army vet. And he is raising money for children in Haiti. So get ready for cosplay and conversation. All right. Hey, everyone. I'm Vortex. Welcome to another episode of Cosplay and Conversation. Today, I have AJ. AJ is the director of StarSky Comics. And welcome to the show, AJ.
Well, thank you very much for having me. Thank you for reaching out. It's a pleasure being on here.
Thanks. So, what is StarSky Comics?
So StarSky Comics is pretty much my a business. I'm making to tell stories, like comic book stories that involves Black African Americans as the lead characters.
Okay, all right. So, this comic book that you recently have now, what is it called? What is it about?
So the comic book I have out now is called Aslan the Awakening. It's the first issue of a series that I hope to go on for a while. And the story is about pretty much if you took Naruto, right, and you put him in the Star Wars universe, right? And the aspect from Naruto I'm talking about is how these beings have jinjurikis inside of them, like they have like demons inside of them that can talk to them, right? And you put that in the Star Wars universe where where now your emotions play a big part of your powers, of like the type of powers you can use. And these demons are talking in their heads, making them do things that they normally wouldn't want to do. Right. And now these beings are out there trying to get this powerful artifact that whoever gets it pretty much rules the realms. And the story just follows them as they like go on the journey to get this. And before they can win the battle for that crown, they have to win the battle within themselves.
All right. So, I definitely did check out the comic, and I did help sponsor it from the beginning. And that is exactly what this first issue is all about. Definitely that vibe. Definitely got that Star Wars vibe in there as well. And why is it so important for you to create this comic? Because you were talking about, the diaspora and so forth and so on, but how does that play into that, and as well as self-identity?
So the main character himself, right? He has the dreadlocks, right? Like Caribbean thing. Like I think, I see it. I see you. I see it. I wanted to bring that aspect. And the main character too, like he's like me, I'm Haitian. Like I'm not from here. Like I'm from the Caribbean. And when I came here, it was like hard to fit in.
Mhm.
Like I felt like I had to really prove myself. Like I really tried hard to like be American, right? And I feel like it's the same for the main character. He's not from the land where the story takes place, and he has to like really try hard to show that he fits in. And yeah, so I got that's like the main thing I got from that.
Okay. So, would you like to talk about your next issue?
So the next issue is obviously issue 2, and it's in the making right now, and pretty much it takes off. It starts off right where issue 2 ended, and in that issue it's gonna be more that you're gonna find out more about the world and how everything came to be.
Okay. Now, I understand you are raising funds for children in Haiti. Would you like to talk more about it and like how folks can contribute to your cause as well.
Yep. So in the second issue, 10% of everything I make is gonna go towards like kids getting books, not my books, like they're just getting books to go to school. Because I remember like me, when I was in Haiti, I never even seen a comic book before, right? Like I didn't see a comic book until I came to the United States. So I want to help other kids, get that experience, get them to both see comic books and get an opportunity to get an education.
Okay, awesome. That is so inspiring, and thank you for doing that. And as well as thank you for being a veteran.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Thank
So, are you a one-stop shop? Are you do you draw the characters? Do you do the storyboards? Do you do, what is your role in this company?
So I'm the creator, writer. My art, I have two different artists. I cannot draw, unfortunately. If I could draw, this would be way easier. Yeah, so I'm the writer and creator, and I have two different artists, Jacob Noble and Dillard Draws, that are my artists.
Okay. And do you plan on going to different conventions and, you know, promoting your comics, or what do you wish to do in the future?
So I'm actually going to my first convention in March. It's gonna be GamerCon at Mohegan Sun.
Mhm.
And then after that, I'm gonna just like whatever else I can find, I'm gonna go to them.
Okay. All right. I definitely recommend BlerdCon if you're able to get in.
But how hard is it to get into those? Like, from what I heard, it's really hard to get
Well, fingers crossed, just reach out to them
in.
and, let's see what happens, because I would definitely like to see you at BlerdCon presenting your book with like-minded folks that also look like us.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
When
So
when are they gonna have the next one?
that's in July.
In July, yeah.
Yes, mid-July.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So, as far as Aslan and this series, like how far do you want to take this? Do you want to, turn it into a franchise? Do you want to turn it into a animated series? Like, you know, what do you want to do with Aslan?
So I wanna turn it into like both animated series and into video games, right?
Okay.
'Cause, like there's different characters and all the different characters have different powers and different stories. Like if I can get to the point where I can tell everybody stories, that would be awesome, right? So I think I could, whichever direction I am approached with, I think I could go.
Okay. And there's about 3 or 4 other main characters, correct?
So there's 7 other main characters. So there's
7.
yeah. So some of them are not introduced yet. Like I'm leaving it for later on. But you
Right.
see like the so you see the logo,
Yes.
right? How there's 7 little emblems. Each one of those are like a character I can tell a story about.
Okay. Now your logo has a lion in it. Can you explain why you have a lion in your logo?
Yep. So Aslan, right? Aslan means lion in Turkish, right? And the way I did it is like there's 2 lions and they pretty much represent the yin and yang. Like there's good and evil inside each one of those like primordial beings,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they all have to find like the balance within themselves.
Okay. All right.
And his name, the main character's name is actually Aslan Oken, and Oken is heart, and I don't remember what it was, an African language, but I don't remember exactly where.
No
Right?
problem.
Yeah, so like that's how I got Lionheart. So like
Mhm.
Aslan Oken, Lionheart.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Cool.
Oh.
All right. So yeah, I'm from Baltimore, born and raised, mixed media artist here. A lot of stuff that I make glow, glimmers, or shines. So yeah, that's what I do. And for Warp Vortex Art, which is my other business, and then Cosplay and Conversation, obviously with the podcast, and just dressing up as the characters that folks create.
So what got you into this?
um, it's a part of therapy for me, and it's an outlet because I'm a nerdy crafts person. So it just allows me to just be extra creative and, just I enjoy talking to folks and hosting folks. I mean, if I could have a bed and breakfast, I would run that joint.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I believe everyone has a story, and I just want to share that with the world, which is why I reached out to you. And hopefully you will get a lot more backers, because it sounds like you have a lot going down the pipeline. And AJ is definitely looking for funders, you know, looking for folks to contribute. Definitely want to get these books out to children in Haiti, and other projects that he may have coming down the pipeline.
These are the books. These are
All
some
right.
orders I have right now. Yeah. And you can find it on Indiegogo.
You heard that, Indiegogo. All right. So is there anything else that you would like to share? Like, what inspires you to do this?
So, actually, like I mentioned, like I never seen comic books, right? Like growing up, and what I used in my household, it was a whole bunch of girls, right? So I didn't really play with anybody. So I remember all
So
my.
are you the only boy in your family?
I'm not the only boy, but my
Okay.
older brother, he did not like. He was never home. So he pretty much as soon as he woke up, he just went out and would come back home like late at night, right? So I kind of stayed home by myself, and I would play with like action figures, and I would like make up stories for them.
What type of action figures did you have?
I remember I had a He-Man action figure, right? And I never let I would sleep with it, and everything. I had Power Rangers. I played with all of them, right? And what I would do, like I would just make a story for them, and then the next day I would pick up right where I left off. So like that kind of stick with me. And I remember even like in classes, like I would be in school and I would have a pen and I would be writing with the pen, and in the middle of the class, the pen would become like an action figure, and I would make like like a story with the pen. I even had a favorite pen. It ran out of ink, and I still kept it.
Oh, to this day?
No, not till this day.
Okay. I was say, what's the brand on that one?
No, but yeah.
Okay.
But I still have the same brand. Like it's I have it somewhere around here. Yeah, so I still have the same. I still buy the same type of pens.
Okay. And what type of comic books did you read growing up?
So I like Spider-Man a lot.
Okay.
Spider-Man was like my favorite. I used to go around trying to get bit by spiders. Right? Like honestly, I'm not ashamed to say it. I used to walk around like, I'm gonna find me a spider and I'm gonna become Spider-Man.
Oh my good. Okay. Did you live in the city or the county?
Oh, and when I was in Haiti or here, like here.
Either or, looking for spiders to bite you.
Like so here I live like in the county. I live in Connecticut, so Connecticut is not the city at all. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, so I would like find them in like the corner of my house. I would go in the woods trying to find them. Like I'm gonna get bit today.
Okay. Now, did you ever get bit?
Nah. When I actually found them, it was like, I really want this. Like, are these powers? Are these powers worth it? So it never happened for me.
Okay, it never happened for me.
You have anything like that? Like any fantasies of being like a superhero?
I mean, I really love Storm, and one of the versions of Storm I do is Steampunk Storm. Yeah, that's my favorite version of Storm that I do. And I also do Ironheart. I actually fabricated the pieces from using a laser cutter and LEDs and stuff like that. So Ironheart is my other favorite one, but also because of the wig. The wig is fabulous. I love the wig. And then Monica Rambeau. I love portraying her as well.
That's awesome. I seen your Avatar cosplays. Those were awesome.
Thank you.
So I was like, oh, she got the whole Earth Kingdom outfit and then you pulled out the teacup and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I made the kimono at one of my favorite spots, Open Works, here in Baltimore. It's a makerspace, so like I can do all kinds of fabrication stuff there. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, is there anything else you would like to share while I still have you?
Well, I would like to tell other creators, those that haven't started yet, like it's definitely possible, right? Like for you to like make your own comic book. And the number one advice I would give like brand new creators is to not just go with the first, not to go with the first idea you get, right? Like write the story out a couple times because you don't want to actually pay an artist. And then midway, you're like, actually, I could have told the story way better. Right? So,
Okay. Always do your revisions, have folks check out your work. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, AJ, for joining me today. Once again, I have AJ from StarSky Comics. Please support his efforts. All the links will be below in the comments section. And please check him out, follow him, like all that.
thank you very much for having me again.
Thank you. And